Okay. Testing. Waiting for the stream to start up. Okay, that works. Um, okay. Well, I was thinking of still doing some Ticket 80 programming, but honestly, like we got our India tickets bought for between the semester break. And I'm still not good at Hindi. And so I figured now is the time, like, frickin' make the things I need to make. So, couple things. Um, I basically salvaged some of my old flashcard apps. So when I was originally like in Hindi class in like 2016, 2017, um, I made a lot of these, and I made this like it's Python and it just uses a text-to-speech library to generate audio. Um, this one has Rise voice for the characters,
अच्छा.
but like I can read Devanagari. It's just that I don't have much vocabulary. So I started working on a new flashcard thing. I don't have it flashcarding yet. I just have cards, but you could click on it.
Billy, Billy.
Um, and so I was gonna either like maybe find a bunch of vocabulary to put in or just code the flashcard part of it. But I'm just trying to find like really common words for like nouns, verbs, adjectives, um, to learn. Another thing is like having the I don't know how to pronounce it, Swedish list, like common words. Now, I don't really know if I need to talk about bark of a tree. But it is a list of words that are considered like pretty common. So that's what I'm doing. Or, maybe if I do this every weekend, it'll get me to like kind of stay on top of it. But another thing I've been doing is trying to find stuff to watch. Um, at the moment, basically everything I do not understand. Like I've read grammar books. Um, Here, maybe I'll turn on my webcam, even though I haven't brushed my hair. Okay, and I don't know if this will show. Da, 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 video capture, device, this thingy. Oh, there's my head. So here's the stack of books that I have. Um, I I've read grammar, like the grammar lessons aren't that bad. It's just that I have no vocabulary. Um, Let me also just grab the link to this in case anyone wants to watch me stream about Hindi study. But because, like, well, so I can speak Esperanto, and I learned Esperanto before Duolingo had a Esperanto course. Burp. I'll just post this on my Mastodon. There's Anuj. Hi, Anuj. Let me pop out the chat. This video capture is too big. There you go. So, okay. When I learned Esperanto, I used the site Memrise, but they're different now. And it was basically just community built flashcards. But now they have like this, like they've built their own study material, but then they're also, I think, using AI. But the original Memrise was really good. Everyone, like, sure, you had to account for like people might make mistakes in their flashcard sets, but there'd be all these flashcard sets, and anyone could add a mnemonic to it. So that helped a lot for me and like learning Esperanto. And I would just grind words, like a verb list, a noun list. That really helped a lot. But I don't have anything like that for Hindi. I did do Duolingo for a while with Hindi, but even that was like you weren't getting the vocabulary. It was just like kind of random phrases at a time, so you weren't like solidifying that vocabulary stuff. And then something else I've made in the past is another vocabulary app. And so, like this, I made this for Esperanto and Spanish and Ladan. And it was just a way where you could like quickly just answer, you get a new word, answer, get a new word, get it by category. And I feel like for me, that's the most effective way to just, you learn the vocabulary. I can read the grammar, but I don't have anything to like slot into the grammar um, because I don't have the vocabulary. And then also, listening practice is really hard for me. um, the so there's stuff online. Like sometimes you can find Hindi cartoons, or there's plenty of dramas. There's some overdubbed anime like Doraemon. I saw some overdubbed K-dramas. But the problem with like kids content on YouTube, which I think is common knowledge no matter what language you're in, is it's like the most insufferable kind of slop. And I just don't, I'm at the level where I need something like kindergarten content, but I don't want to watch kindergarten content. So it's, the really terrible, like Coco Melon style stuff, um, and various songs. And it's just like, I need something simple, but I don't want, I already have a friend with a 4-year old. I don't want to like listen to any more of like just garbage children's music. So that's where I'm at. I was working on this list and I was gonna try to come up with more um, terms. I'll close that. And then my looks like my brother-in-law is over here. And yeah, so I've just been storing it in a JSON inside of this. I also, another problem with studying Hindi, just because either like just lack of content or whatever, or kind of like a lack of standardization on the, what do we call it? Like in Japanese, you have your romaji, right? It was like writing Japanese with like Latin letters or Anglicization type of thing. I don't know. So everything that anglicizes Hindi or, writes it in like a letter stuff is different. So let's look up like Hindi colors and we'll look at Google Translate and we'll look at how they look different. Something that has both like English and, or sorry, I want the transliteration. So this one will use like for the long E, it'll use E with the bar on top. But then what I tend to prefer doing is just having it like, um, I should grab my drawing tablet and USB cable. Too many USBs everywhere. So I can like, oh gosh, this isn't gonna work. Damn it. Okay, well, we'll mouse it. I need to, I need drawing tablets to not have indentations for their USB ports. This is true of the work tablet I have as well, and it makes it so annoying. Okay. So in Hindi, like let's say we have like just oop, like an ah, but then we have like ah, which is like the longer one. So some places will draw it like that versus that. Or kind of what I prefer to do is just do A and then double A. And this is true for like all of the vowels. So if we had like just ka, you have kind of an implicit A at the end. But then if you put the A, the extra A at the end, then it'd be ka or ka. Or we have like ki versus ki. So this would be like a shorter one. I don't know. I like to write this one as Kee just because that's more of the sound. Um, but then like every place is different. So this one is using sa fade, or here, this is kala. So it's gonna be K and an extra A, L, then extra A. Because if I just had like this, it'd be basically like a ko type of sound, I think. I don't know. I'm not an expert. So I would write this as ka la just so it helps me memorize that it's going to have that extra A in there. But then, like this resource here does ka la. Also, I can't type words with letters with bars very easy. But then if I put this in like Google Translate, it's going to just use, come on, please. It's so slow. Well, see, this one does two A's for the first A, but not two A's for the second A. So I just prefer having like a very consistent one. There's also like two sets of T types and two sets of D's. And so I can never remember the difference, but it's important that I have this like dot under it versus like the not dot under it. But that's also a part where like if I am speaking Hindi, people don't understand me because I am like physically incapable of really making these sounds sound different, or like even these four sounds I have a hard time making sound different. I have a hard time with the aspiration. So I just my stance is I have an accent, okay? I know plenty of people who, when speaking English, they, have different quirks to their vowels or whatever, or other consonants, and it's like I could still understand them. So, but if I can't do like a bare,
Bari.
bare,
Bari.
um, or like a mota,
Mota. Mota. Patla. Patla.
but yeah, it's hard. Okay. So, yes. And then another challenge is just that there's not as many Hindi resources, at least like for English. I do have stuff like these kids books, um, which let's see, burp, like I definitely cannot read um, The Little Prince or whatever this is. Chota Raj Kurmar, and then there's like this little workbook, but I'm very slow at it. Um, I was using this for a while with this workbook, but okay, another challenge is that a lot of this is like in pure Devanagari, and what I want to learn to be able to speak it. Like, yeah, I can read the Devanagari, but really what's more useful is the Anglicization or the like Romaji type of thing, because like in like the village where Rai's family is, I'm not going to be writing to people. I'm going to be talking to people. So adding the Devnagari just adds a little bit like extra layer of latency on me learning the term. Whereas if I am like studying with the Roman letter version, that makes it easier. Also, anytime I see people chatting in Hindi, they're going to be using the English letters or, Roman letters. Um, I'm in like some Discord chat groups that I don't participate in because I'm lazy and I hate being in chat rooms these days because I'm old. Let's see. Loading the Discord. How far down is this? Where's my. I get like the at everyone's every so often, but I don't know where it's at. I have itch.io. I have some random indie games. I have infosec KC. There we go. Here's the thing. So, like I'm in here, but they're not typing in like Devnagari. So that would also help me practice if I'm focused more on this sort of thing. And then again, this is another challenge. Not everyone types Hindi out the same way. Uh, so like kuch nahi, I think this would be like the bigger ch. Like okay, here. I'm not sure. I can read it. I can't spell it. Um, oops, come on. It's so slow whenever I'm streaming. Come on. Do a translation. Or just erase my text. Or don't erase my text, but be very slow to update. So, kuch nahi. Well, okay, we're going to shorten this. We have ku, and then we have the bigger cha. So there's shorter cha, and then I write this as like cha, like maybe two H's, or sometimes I see it as like two CH's. But let's say kuch, nahi, and so technically it also has like an N sound. So this is, if I was going to anglicize this with my system, I guess. So let's see. This is the longer U, right? I can't I can never remember the difference between these U's. I think this is ku ch and then na heen. But then the way that guy typed it was just did I copy paste it properly? Kuch nahi. So I don't know, dude. It's hard. Whereas like I don't know, I feel like with some other languages there's a very there's a system. Like if I did they each I mean, I guess it's been standardized because there was like older things, but this would be like re cheru, and then that would be how people would anglicize that. They wouldn't be coming up with different spellings. Like this would be Ray Chodu or something like that. Um, so many challenges to learning Hindi. Also, just like at the bookstore, there's like not a Hindi section. There's sections for Japanese and Chinese and Korean and Arabic, but like nothing for Hindi because, who's learning Hindi? I'm learning Hindi. So I don't know. Hello, sacrilegious heathen. How are you doing? I was gonna look for some Hindi word lists. So I already got colors in here. Gosh, okay. I have adjectives. I guess I could do like an animal list. Hindi words for animals. Well, depending on like where they're from, they might not speak Hindi. Like if especially if they're like South Indian, they're gonna have like all sorts of different languages in that area. But my husband and his family's from Uttarakhand, so I think that's gonna be mostly like Hindi or maybe I know the word. What is the word? Punjabi. Um, but like I have student or like I have Nepali students and they understand Hindi generally, but they also speak Nepali. Um, but then if I have students from like um, Tamil or whatever, they're not going to speak it. So yeah, that's another thing is like I have to. I'm getting better at hearing a name and maybe being able to I can tell Ryan name and he will know where um where a name is from, but I don't I hear a name and I'm like I've maybe heard this before. Okay, this one doesn't have plain. Oh, it does. Okay. So I also know these. I don't know how much this is going to come up when I'm like hanging out with family. Will they talk about elephants? I don't know. Um, I mean, there are like cows and chickens um in the village. Um, let's see. Handy common nouns. Let's just see what comes up. The members only cheat sheet. Also not copy pastable. Okay, kid and fruit, bacha and full po. Another challenge of learning Hindi is everything kind of defaults to masculine. So with like these adjectives, the E version is feminine and the A version is masculine, but because all the resources are masculine coded, I end up like using masculine nouns and verbs, well, verbs and adjectives for myself, and then people are like, what are you talking about? You're using the wrong things." Um, happiness. Eh, I don't know. Maybe we'll play Minecraft and we'll talk about wood and iron and wool. Um, these are just kind of random, it feels like. I guess house terms would be good. Um, because then it'd be like kursi, I forget. Kursi's a window, right? Um, I forgot the word for chair. Sometimes I'm told to like sit down, but then it sounds also like uh let me look. So if I say sit, is it batal? I don't know. Gosh, this is so slow. I should just look in my actual Hindi dictionary at this point. Um, let's see. So we want sit. Is it English first or English last? Okay, baito. But then I get that mixed up with bolo, which means to speak. Um, so yeah. Why do these guys look AI generated? They're like slightly yellow. Learn English words with Hindi and Marathi. That's, well, I mean, I guess I could learn English from Hindi resources. Axe, bed, Uh, oop, don't hit the microphone. Okay, darvaza, but that looks like a jaw. Maybe I'll just look in my dictionary, but then that will be less interesting for anyone watching me. Just I don't have like an overhead cam or anything. So, let's look at what was I just looking at? Door. D-O. I mean, I guess I could just go put every word from the dictionary in my flashcards. No. Door, door, door. That one just says door. Dang it. Okay. Okay. Let's put this over there. I'm doing verbs over here. So I have some animals. Oh my gosh, it's so slow. Let me just maybe open this up in Genie instead. Um, okay, so if we're doing house, I was also putting Esperanto in that. So bed uh, is going to be palang. Let's see. I feel a little bit congested now. I feel like we used a different word for bed, but I'm not sure. Or maybe there's like a Hindi English dictionary. Thanks, have a good one. So slow. Okay, let's look for bed. And see, now these are all in Devnagari. Okay, bye. Get rid of this thing, even though now this is slow. Doop, 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 doop. Where is that part of the thing? Just get rid of you. And you. Okay, so we have Bistar, yeah.
Bister.
Um, Tol. I don't know. So let me see if I can kind of copy paste that down. Bistar. And I don't have a sound for it at the moment. So I'll just do that. House. Oh, and then for bed. In Esperanto, it is lito. Um, Blanket. But I basically have like again, this little Python thing with a text-speech library that I was using to like generate audio files for the um, flashcards. Let's see. Parat?
Parat.
I don't know if I've heard anyone say that. Cuttable?
Kambal.
Cumble. Okay. I don't know.
Lui.
Let's see. I'm scared of just choosing one. Like here's kursi for chair. Um, okay, let's see. I forgot what chair is in Esperanto. I don't talk about chairs that much. And so there, kursi, bucket. I mean, I guess we talk about buckets. Balti? Maybe. Oops. Though they might just say bucket, honestly. Um, some of the issues might also be just different dialects in different areas, but we'll see. Balti? I'll just get rid of those for now. Chair, kursi, clock, comb, maybe a comb. Cambi. Cot. We do have cots in the village. Cot. Charpai? Cup, maybe? I forgot what that thing is. What is this thing? I don't remember. It's two letters like fused together, but the text is so small. So that one, it's like a Y mixed with something else, maybe like a PY. If we could see the transliteration, that'd be great.
Pyala.
Yeah, PY. So I'll take that one. We'll do cup, piala, burp. Okay. Door, darvaza. But I was expecting door to have the little dot under the J. Let me see what Google translates writes. Because I always hear it with like a Z sound. Beep boop, beep boop. What? Okay, I guess it's darvaja. Door. Darvaja. And sometimes the V is pronounced like a W. Um, Drawer, dustbin, cut. It's so small. Kachra peti. I have two sleeps. Let's go down there. Door, dustbin.
Kachra peti.
Is it two separate words?
Kachara peti.
Okay. We'll do dustbin. Kachra peti. There's fans. Knock key. Bali, so like ear something. Fork, funnel, grate, hairbrush, maybe. Balenki. Kan. I'm bad at those. Very so slow. Maybe I'll just do one that I'm more familiar with. But I feel like hairbrush will be important. Like, where's my hairbrush?
बालों की कंघी
So hair key something. Is it like brush for hair specifically? Okay. Do I need the whole thing? I don't know. Da, da, da. Hairbrush. Len key kangi. Meri key. Uh, so see, I'm bad at coming up with the phrases in my head. Meri ki balin ki kahangi? Kangi? Kahae? Kettle key, lock, mattress, pillow, takia. I'll do that. What if I need additional pillows? Takia. Plant, plaster, plug, purse, quilt, ring, saucer, skizzers, scissors, socks, molje? Am I reading that right? Yeah. That's socks. Suitcase, maybe. Table is maze. I'll throw that in there anyway. Yeah, maze.
मेज
Though, like, yeah.
मेज
Doop a doop a doop. Television. I mean, I don't really need television while I'm over there. Toilet. I don't know. There's also like the cultural thing of like, would I say, where's the toilet? Or is there like a euphemism for the bathroom? I don't know. If I were like able to listen and understand TV shows better, then I could like learn that way. But I need to have better vocabulary. I guess another idea would be I could slowly watch something. Well, I feel like with like Chota Beam, I don't want something like in the past. I want something modern day because then I get like the terminology. Um, there's like Doraemon maybe. So, like, I could very, very slowly just write down vocabulary from an episode and then study that vocabulary until I can understand that episode without any additional resources. But also, everyone speaks fast. तुम सिर्फ मेरे लिए बनाई गई हो. So then, I don't know, I could put that in a different document. Um, I mean, banai is like to make you something, my, me, something, something, make to, and then I don't have a good way to type in Hindi on the computer itself. I don't know if, will this let me change that to Hindi? Oh, you were made just for me. I see. But then the question is like, what the different. Come on. What's the point of tools if they have a bad user interface? Let me copy the text. So let's look at what sirf is. I wouldn't say like completely translate using Google Translate. It would be better to use dictionaries, but let's see. Only the for. So you were made for me. I'll just throw this in. Nope, not .tt. That was a lot of words. May, and they didn't put like the little line for the end of a sentence. May Salen se tumhara in jar kar raha. Hmm. No, there's I and your, maybe. And then verb. I'm waiting for you in Salin? Salin? Did I like spell that wrong? Salin. Uh, put another A in there. What? No, just give me an A. Here, I'll throw my. I don't even need this really. I've been waiting for you for years. How old is this kid? Okay, so is this. That one's years. So, yep, this is the Hindi study. I mean, Tumhara. Yours. Um, So maybe I'll do this part later and then figure out that. But I don't know, maybe for now I'll just turn this more into flashcards. I need to figure out how I want to do this. If I just like, I guess I could randomly show a card. But then part of it's like I also want to be able to see everything sometimes. Um, let's save that.
Sona. Sona.
Because I do want to be able to like just get um I know it's kind of like an Anki deck if I just have it like this where you don't have a score,
Safed. Safed.
but maybe that's for the best. Like I don't really need that system in place to keep me honest, I guess, with my flashcards. Um I don't know, or I could have some different modes. Like here's all of the cards and that is in this frame. Like maybe let's name it. And I can have a section for the quizzer, and then I'll just grab a random card and display it there. I don't know. So if I have that, also, side note, I worked in web development in like 2010, 2011. Um, I might be writing abominations of JavaScript. So, just so you know. So this is where I was building those cards out, card click, and then let's just create a function like function new flashcard, and then we can call it at the end of document.ready because I only know how to jQuery or just plain JavaScript or jQuery. That's the only two things I can do. So we have our list of cards. I just have to look up all of the syntax for JavaScript because it's like, oh, right, for a for loop you have to use .length and whatever else. Or how do I do random numbers? I never remember because every language does it differently. Or apparently people are using let now instead of var. Oops. Um, random card is JavaScript get random range. And especially because I'm always jumping between Lua, Python, JavaScript. No, I don't use JavaScript that much, but and then C++. Like, ugh, what? Gross. I could take this, I suppose. Thanks, Stack Overflow. And of course, we gotta cite our sources. Oh, that's actually some from the Mozilla developer page, so we're gonna cite that one instead. Burp. Okay, so we'll do rand index is equal to get random int 0 to cards.length. Is this inclusive? I assume it's inclusive. Random index. Let's see. I should add an ID to it as well. How would I want to do that? That, or I can get something random from the existing cards, which might be a little better, so I don't have to rebuild a card. Blurb. Card, all cards. Can I do this? Will that work? We'll just open up the inspector. We'll refresh the page. I don't think it called it. New flashcard. Nope, doesn't seem to be doing a thing. I could put in a little button. Let's see, input type is button, ID is next question, value is next, next card, whatever. So if we detect that being clicked, I might want some additional functionality later, but we'll just do that. Okay, let's see if that... Oh, I'm on the actual web, that's why it's not updating. There we go. Quizzer, all cards, next card, new flash card, 19. Okay. I will have to update the CSS for that thing, but you know, we'll put a horizontal rule up here too. So we're getting a number, and in the quiz card, honestly, that could be an ID as well, but what I would want to do is clear out its inner HTML, which in jQuery is just HTML. And then we can append burp 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 dot. I don't know if it's append in jQuery either. Append and we'll grab. Let's see if this works the way I want it to. Okay, I do need to update my CSS though, because I had it styled just for in the all cards. Really, it should be every card is styled like this. And then also let's do input type is button. I don't know, maybe we just give it a lot of padding. Okay, I'm gonna close my Discord. I've been just getting a lot of random messages. Font size. Next, okay, that. Where did I put the input? It's supposed to be a clear fix. It's supposed to be on its own page, on its own line. Let me make sure I have everything I need for that. CF, CF, oh, and then also CF. But I don't think I need this part because it's for IE6. Okay, well, everything is display block. What? Why are you on the same input? Quiz card thing. I mean, I guess this has a float. It's floating, but let's also make sure that card only floats in dot all cards. So we only put the float there. And then up in quiz card, text align center. That didn't work. Quiz card, margin 0 auto. Oh my gosh. Why am I bad at code? Because I haven't worked in web development in a long time. Okay. Card. Do I have card block also? No, it shouldn't be. That should be fine. Okay, well, we'll do quiz card. Dot card. Margin 0 auto. I only know 2 ways to make things centered. Okay, there we go. Actually, I'm going to make this a little bit more spaced. Okay, so then I can do
Sasta. Sasta.
next. Oh, what's going on down there? Is it? It's not removing the card, is it? Is it removing my cards? That's weird.
Lumbi.
I didn't tell it to remove the cards, right? Is it? Oops. I mean, that's a cool unintended feature, but how does that happen? Does appending it mean I'm taking it out of the other thing? Okay. Card. Oh, you know what? Maybe. Wait, if it's up here, is it not down here? Yeah, it's been taken away. That's weird. Can I make a copy? Copy a div clone. Dot clone and append the card. Okay. Well, okay, that's not appending there now. Clone is not a function. Do I clone the list of all cards and then do that? That feels like it'd be very inefficient. Oh, the clicky beat thing doesn't work either. It should. What is JavaScript, man? It's still a card. I'm still listening for card click, right? Card click do function.
Billy.
It's so weird. I mean, I guess I could keep it. I guess I could keep it this way. For the JavaScript experts, I mean, I guess we're grabbing this specific DOM element and then we're appending it, though I guess what's weird to me is that it actually moves it and doesn't just like append a card with identical information. But let's see.
Bangani. Bangani. narangi, narangi,
I mean, it is random, and then I don't have to write logic to say, oh, you've chosen this card already, so don't show it again. Um, I feel like I should add a checkbox so I can not color the items so that if the cards show up, they're just white, so it doesn't give me a hint about the type of vocabulary word, noun, adjective, verb. But
patla,
but yeah, I can like
patla,
review it down there. Do that. Well, I guess it works. I guess I'll practice with this. Actually, another thing I should do is make sure this looks good on a phone. So I did not write any CSS. Um, CSS media query phone. At least make these cards bigger. I always have to look up the CSS min width. Usually max width. But also, I feel like my phone screen is much bigger than that. Um, dot card instead of 15%. Let's do 32, 31%. I don't know. Is that going to show up here? No. Max width 600. What is like your normal? Ugh, I'm so bad at adding these. Card. I don't even see its width being set. What? Oh, I must have not got the card. Card. Probably even bigger than that. Because it does have margin and padding, so I need to account for that, but screen, card. I don't know, man. Oh, it worked that time? Okay.
mehanga, mehanga,
Well, there we go. Now it's okay for mobile. I still need to style my actual website to be mobile friendly. Let me go ahead and added a few words made flashcard part. I don't know. Okay. I think that's it for streaming, and then I think what I'm going to do is maybe I don't know if I still have that video window open. Go through this and try to grab terminology and then try to add that into my flashcard app. And then I need to like maybe use this every morning, like take my meds and do my Hindi flashcards. And we can come back next Sunday and see how I'm doing. But yeah, I really need to grind. I need to get better at Hindi. I'm so bad. Okay. Well, let me stop the stream, but thank you for watching me ramble about trying to learn. Um, and yeah, I'm bad at learning. That's not true. I've taught myself Esperanto. I just feel like I'm not getting the resources I need for Hindi, so I have to make those resources. Yay! Okay, bye.